Welcome to the introduction of the S7-1500R and H add-in. The tool extends the functionality of the TIA portal and simplifies the usability regarding the parametrization of PNIO devices assigned to S7-1500R and H systems. But if we want to understand why the tool is needed, we need to understand the parametrization steps for PNIO devices. In case of R and H systems, the handling of assigning PNIO devices is as simple as for standard systems. But a S7-1500R and a S7-1500H system requires an MRP configuration. It is needed to set some parameters for the standard and the system redundant PNIO devices. First, it is needed to set the MRP role. The MRP Manager Auto is the default and a mandatory setting for the R and H PLCs. All PNIO devices in the ring need to be configured as MRP client. For the devices separated by a switch, it is not needed to change the parameter as the default setting is not device in the ring. For each ring device, it is needed to set up the two ring ports. For standard PNIO devices with MRP functionality like SIMATIC ET200SP or ET200MP, the default setting is port 1 and port 2 and do not need to be changed. The parameters need to be checked only for devices with more than 2 ports. The Profinet update time is automatically calculated by TIA portal but can also be managed by the user and depends on the number of devices assigned to the controller system. The default value for the accepted update cycles without I/O data is 3. But in case of R and H systems, such value causes a compile error if the Profinet update time of the device is in range between 1 and 64 milliseconds. The first reason for the demand of a higher watchdog time is the reconfiguration of the MRP ring. In case of the S7-1500R and H systems, the reconfiguration time of 200 milliseconds is used. The second part is needed for the switchover time of the system redundancy functionality and is in range of 20 to 40 millisecond in dependence to the update time of the device. For example, a PNIO device with 2 milliseconds update time requires a minimum value of 112 as accepted update cycles without I/O data. The correct value can be calculated by the mentioned formula. During the watchdog time, the PNIO device will not fail and wait for updated I/O data from the controller. The setting is not only needed for the devices in the ring but for all devices separated by a switch. In case of a S7-1500R or 1500H system with only some PNIO devices, it is easy to change these parameters manually. Let's have a look to the TIA portal. In the network view, you can go into the parameters of each device. And select the needed value for the watchdog factor by using the drop-down list. But think about different sizes of configurations. Like 30 devices assigned to a R or 120 devices assigned to a H system. Or huge configurations with 60 devices assigned to a R or 240 devices connected to a H system. In such cases, it is an ungrateful job to set the correct watchdog factor for each device. By using the S7-1500R and H add-in, you can simplify the parametrization of all watchdog factors to a single click. The add-in is part of the context menu of the project navigation and the network view and offers the 3 functions: set watchdog factors, reset watchdog factors, and show all PNIO devices. The first one scans the selected systems for PNIO devices assigned to S7-1500R and H systems and updates the watchdog factors to the valid value. The reset function scans for the same devices but resets the factor to the default value of 3. The third function opens a further tool to list all PNIO devices of the selected R and H systems. In this tool, you can select R and H systems or single devices to set the correct value or to reset it. By closing the tool, the changed values are transferred to the TIA portal project. A PLC compile shows that there are no issues with the watchdog time anymore. The S7-1500R and H add-in and further application examples and FAQs can be downloaded from the Somatic Online System Support page. Thank you for your attention.